started. Pillows and your band, doesn't matter what kind of band. And we'll actually start off on all fours. Okay, so we're gonna start off with just some cat-cow. I'll start with the belly stretches. We'll stretch out our core. So knees, hips width, hands shoulder width distance. And we're just gonna inhale to drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the crown of your head. Then big exhale, round the spine, tuck your tailbone and drop your head down. So inhale to stretch the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the crown of your head. And exhale to round. And just take your time here. Opening your heart as you push forward. And really trying to push the mid of your spine all the way to the sky as you round up. Good job. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and good job. Go ahead and come to center. We're gonna do that chest stretch, but it's also good for the belly. So you're gonna keep your booty high to the sky and just very slowly begin to walk your arms out in front of you, get your booty high, and we're just gonna stretch forward. Yes, this is a lot shoulder stretch and lat stretch, but it is opening your upper abs. So like those first 2 abs right under the ribs. We're just gonna hold it here. You can drop your forehead down onto the mat. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Good job, and very, very, very slowly walk yourself back into a child's pose. So just kind of scoot yourself by using your fingers, because you don't ever want to lift up too fast out of that. Big toes touch, knees open nice and wide, and then let your forehead relax down again. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and very slowly come back up. You're just gonna sit down. There are 2 ways you could sit. You could bring your right shin forward and your left leg back. This is our traditional Pilates pose, or you can do crisscross applesauce. But I'm gonna have my right shin forward and my left knee touches my right heel. Let me bend it back. We're gonna stretch our oblique. So I'm gonna place my right forearm down. So it's kind of in line with my right knee. Oh, bless you, Brody. And we're just gonna reach our top arm up and over, and then just kind of let it fall down and let your torso twist to the ground. This is one of my favorite oblique stretches. And again, it might seem like super simple and you're like, oh yeah, but it's such a good stretch, especially if you're really reaching. So again, you reach overhead, lengthen, 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 and slight twist of the torso. Continue to reach the left arm forward till those fingertips come down. And so you're gonna feel where the shoulder meets your lat on the left side and then your whole left oblique. We're just gonna hold it here. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and very slowly walk yourself up. We're just gonna switch our legs. Bless you. Brody's been sick all day. Poor boy. Bless you, buddy. God. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna now put our left forearm down. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're just gonna reach our right arm over, over, over. Lengthen as if I'm pulling your arm, and then slight twist forward and let your right hand come down. Remember, it's all about that reach. If you just let your arm drop, you're not really gonna feel this stretch in your right oblique as much as you really want to. So lengthen, slightly twist, then soften your right elbow to protect your shoulder, and make sure to stare down at the mat to protect your neck as well. See if you can reach your right fingertips forward just a couple more inches. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, very carefully and slowly lift yourself up. Next thing is we're gonna take our 2 pillows and we're gonna place it behind our back. Good. My boy keeps sneezing. Another thing you can always use too is the ball, the Pilates balls, but pillows are nice for this class. So I'm gonna go ahead and double the pillows. I'm gonna place it really right underneath my tailbone. And I literally want it to be to where you're laying down, your head is on the ground and your tailbone's on the ground. Now be careful if your low back is bothering you, you can bend your knees, okay? Then extend your arms out to the side. Now, if this is too much for you, go to one pillow. If your back is like, whoa, too much, just go to one pillow and lift, okay? It won't be that much of a, it might be enough of a stretch, just won't be as intense on your low back. You can also play around with the location of the pillow. You guys know from some of my past classes, pillows are my best friend, especially when it comes to the low back. I'll actually have you flip after this. We'll do that low back stretch. So we're just gonna lift. If you'd like, you can straighten your legs out, but please, again, listen to your spine and just really allow your ribs to separate. So we're stretching the whole belly out. Just hold it here. Just take nice, long, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Deep inhale in through the nose. Nice, long exhale out through the mouth. This feels really good. And again, just careful with your spine. I know I'm repeating that like a broken record, but we are gonna flip next to relax the low back. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly lift yourself up, crisscross applesauce your legs first, walk your hands forward and allow yourself to come forward because we're in extension of the spine, which is curving the back, and I hardly ever teach that way. So just we want to make sure that we round our back after, just to kind of bring your back, I guess, back into equilibrium, if that makes sense. Just round it forward, continue to reach, 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 stretch. And then slowly lift yourself up. Now we're gonna flip around, okay? And we're gonna place these pillows underneath. It's a little bit different. You don't want it too high up and you don't want it on your hips. So think if the pillow would kind of go right where like the waistline of your seam is, of your waistband, okay? So it's right there. And if you have a big pillow, you can always kind of fold it in half. So I'm gonna place both of them down on the ground, but I'm gonna place it right onto my low belly because I want to make sure that I'm getting a nice round through my low spine. So if you're like, oh, my butt's too high in here, that's what I'm feeling, I'm gonna scoot down a little bit more. There we go. So now my butt is going down a little bit more, my torso is going down, and you can let your arms just kind of go out to the sides and rest whatever side of the face feels most comfortable to you. Or you can rest your head on your hands. This is actually something, and I know one of you knows very well, when I threw out my back a couple times, 2 years ago, this was my homework from my physical therapy, was literally to just lay on pillows. We're not gonna do this for too long, but if your low back is ever bothering you, this is one of the best things to do, and just throw on an ice pack. We'll just be here for about 30 more seconds again to just round out our low spine to protect the vertebrae. About 15 more seconds. And last 5, 4, 3, 2, go ahead and glide your hands by the sides of you and lift yourself up to come into that child's pose again. So big toes touch, knees open nice and wide. You can even rest your head on the pillows as you shift forward. This is a very comforting move as well. Again, really good for the low back. And very slowly begin to lift yourself up. Take your time as you do so. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into the little hip actions. We're gonna come into our downward facing dog. I'll get back into the core in a little bit, but I want to make sure we have time for the whole body. So let's tuck our toes under, lift the hips up, and go ahead and start to pedal out your legs. So as one knee bends, the other heel extends. So you're getting a nice stretch throughout the backs of your legs. And then go ahead and try to push your heels down as much as you can. It might be all the way, it might be half an inch, it might be a quarter of an inch. Whatever feels best on your body, you're gonna hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let's go ahead and walk our feet together to touch. So big toes touch. On your next inhale, let's lift the left leg to the sky, open your hips and bend your knees. First, and get that nice stretch throughout the low belly, your hip, quad, and right hamstring. Just hold it here, relax your neck, try to avoid looking up. Let's take another inhale in, and we're gonna go into that pigeon. So you're gonna carefully shift forward, bring your left shin parallel to the top of the mat in front of you. You can always bring a pillow along with you as well if you want. And glide your right leg back, and carefully make your way down as far as you feel comfortable. Okay, so we're really focusing on our right hip, or our left hip, I apologize. Just take nice long deep breaths here. And remember, because we're stretching our left hip and our knee is at this angle, you want to also make sure to flex your left foot to protect your knee. And we're here just a little bit longer. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Very carefully make your way to roll onto your left thigh. Take your time as you do so, depending on how tight you are. Bring your hands back in front of you. We're going to step back from that downward facing dog. So however you safely can get back into that position, the upside down feet position. Now we're just going to pedal out your legs again, just to kind of keep that warmth within the body, okay? So one knee bends, other heel extends. And we're just going to go right to the other side. So let's go ahead and reach our right leg to the sky, open the hips and bend your knee. And again, this should feel very comforting. You also want to make sure that both of your hands have even amount of pressure in them. A lot of times we'll shift all of our weight into the left. So as much as you can, how much can you equalize left to right? Good job. Maybe even push your right knee back higher into the sky a little bit so you get that lower oblique. It's not very much of the abs here, but you can get a little bit. And let's hold. And as you exhale, however, you can safely come forward to bring your right shin forward. So right knee to right wrist, right ankle to left wrist. And we're going to come on down. However you safely can go. Maybe you're still on your hands, maybe you're on your forearms, maybe you're laying down onto your pillow. And then we always want our foot flex, so our right foot flex to protect our knee. We're just going to hold. And just take nice, long, deep breaths here. This position always feels so good. We are going to lay down onto our belly next. I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that. We'll be here about another 25 seconds. And then very slowly, just roll onto your right thigh. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and make our way onto our belly, but make sure you have a band nearby. Okay, so we're probably gonna need the band for these next couple moves. So lay down onto your belly. And now this might be a little awkward to get into. I'm just throwing it out there because the band can be. But I want you to try to real quick just look at the band. I guess it's not that awkward. But onto the top of your left foot and carefully lay down. Okay. So left hand, left foot, and we're just trying to stretch our quad. Okay, so I'm just going to gently pull. I mean, in yoga, yeah, we say reach for the foot, but then it can be a little dangerous on our joints. So I really like to do this stretch because it actually puts you in the perfect position for a quad stretch. I know we're used to doing this standing, but the problem is standing is we usually let our leg go out to the side and then back behind us, and then our body isn't in that straight alignment. But if we're laying down, our body is very straight, our legs are in line, our knees are in line, so your joints are safer, and the band helps you to make it an active stretch. So this is quad. Then once you feel comfortable, you can kind of just relax your arm or find a spot that you want to hold the stretch at. I feel like I don't stretch out the quads ever in these classes, so might as well just get a little bit of everything since everything is attached. Nice chain reaction for our body. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Carefully take that band off, and we're gonna go to the other side. Yeah, I know it's kind of awkward transitions, but it's safer than just grabbing your foot. So however you want to get it on, and then just carefully make your way down, laying down. It doesn't matter which side of your face is on the ground, and we're just gonna kind of pull and release. Just little pull and release. Always very important before this move before you isolate the movement, to get it a little bit warm first. You just pull and release. Make sure your neck is relaxed. You can't always have your forehead down, but I mean, I'd say at least put your head on the mat, a little more comfortable. A little bit longer of this active stretch, and then we'll switch, or I guess then we'll hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, just hold it in. Remember, you don't over push yourself, right? So just be careful, listen to your body. And go ahead and very carefully release. I can't get it off my foot. All right, well, it's going around my ankle. So now the next thing we're gonna do, if you do not like this, you can do exactly what we did before, or you can grab onto one foot. Because we've stretched it out, we can do one foot at a time. If you don't like it though, use your band, okay? We're just gonna hold. Once you feel comfortable on this side, let's see if we can hold onto our other foot as well. If not, just switch your band. And then if you feel comfortable, this next one is totally optional, but it's really good for digestion. It's really good for clearing out your colon, stretching the belly, and opening up the back. Okay, so what we're gonna do, it's very yoga-esque, but we're gonna push. So this is all about the quads. This is why we stretched our quads first. I use my quad muscles to push into my hands and lift. So a lot of people think it's all about the arms and lifting the back. That's how you hurt your back. It's about the legs staying close together, pushing out against the hands, and I just flow up. And I'm not going any higher than this. And if you are able to do a little rock, it is one of the best things to clear out the colon and help with digestion. It's kind of an ab exercise too. But 5, and it's also stretching the abs. 4, 3, 2, and whew, that's a workout. Go ahead and just let your body very slowly collapse down. Woo. Okay, very carefully bring your hands right beside you. And we're gonna push ourselves up into a modified child's pose. So that means knees are together and feet are together because it forces our back to round more. So everything's touching. And I just let my arms completely just fall to the sides. And I just let the top of my head come down. Usually I say bring your forehead to your knees, but I don't want you to be that rounded today for your neck. Okay, so just let your head come down and then let the arms become dead weight. And you should feel an amazing stretch throughout your thoracic spine, so right in between your shoulder blades. Then very slowly inhale to lift yourself up. Then we're gonna go ahead and lay down onto your back. Have both pillows nearby because we're gonna have one under our tush and one underneath our head. Or you can have one or the other. I'm just gonna use both since we have both and it's a little more comfortable that way. Okay. So used to giant pillows. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put one underneath the tush. You're totally safe because it's a pillow. Different story if it's a block. Then one behind your head, adjust accordingly. And then the first thing I want you to do, just gonna keep it simple. Of course, keep your band nearby. And we're just gonna go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. So the pillow gives us a little extra lift to round out that spine. We're just gonna hold it here for a moment. Really good actually for your digestion as well. You ate a meal that your stomach isn't settling to. Okay, and then go ahead and extend both arms out to the sides. Let's take a giant inhale in. And as you exhale, allow both of your legs very carefully, because you are on that pillow, to fall to the left. So the pillow does make it deeper. If it's too deep, remove the pillow and allow your head to turn to the right. So again, detoxing our kidneys, our liver in particular, and then giving our organs a nice internal massage. And then very slowly come up. Take your time as you make to the other side. If it was too much on your back with the pillow again, please leave it. See, I'm going one leg at a time. So careful when it comes to the back, and then allow your head to turn to the left. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And very slowly undo your legs. You're back to center. Keep your tush on the pillow. And go ahead and grab your band and go ahead and place the band around the balls of your feet. So more around the toes more than the heels, because you'll get a deeper stretch. And we're just gonna prance. So as one knee bends, the other heel extends. And again, we're getting more of that calf behind the knee and hamstring stretch. And then go ahead and straighten both your legs. We're just gonna kind of do that rock. And again, we're still having our tush on the pillow because it's rounding our back. So it's okay if your tailbone lifts a little bit. Even if your knees are bent, that's okay because we're getting that double whammy here. We're stretching our legs and our low spine by coming forward and back. And your swing pace is really whatever you feel comfortable with. These are very simplistic moves that have so many benefits. So many. And just listen to your body, of course. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and then go ahead and just keep your right foot in the band. We've done this one many times before, but it's really good to have the pillow. We're just gonna go into our IT band stretch. So it's a little bit easy on the pillow to let that right hip lift because it's squishy, right? So our left hip really dips, but extend your right arm out to the side and just let your right leg go to the left. Just try not for the hip to lift too much. And while we're here, we might as well get a nice ankle stretch. So go ahead and turn out your foot from your right heel or your right foot facing the ceiling, turn it to the left, and then you'll get that nice ankle, calf, shin stretch. That's pretty intense as well as your IT band. And breathe, breathe, breathe. Take a deep inhale in. Big exhale out. Deep inhale in. Giant exhale out. And let's just switch legs. So let's go ahead and place our left foot in the band and right hand. So left foot, right hand. Right foot goes down, so the knee still bent because we need that stability because we're on the pillow. And then go ahead and keep your leg straight. We're just gonna let our leg go to the right. So our left leg goes to the right, just enough to feel that stinging, fun sensation. And you can extend your left arm straight out to the left. It will help your form. Couple more seconds, then we'll get into the ankle. Then go ahead and turn out your left ankle, so then you get that nice stretch. So our heel, if you want to say heel, the sole of your foot goes from the ceiling, it turns to the right from the ceiling. It's that fun, I'm just gonna use the word fun, it's a fun feeling. Let's hold it here. This is so good for us walking. Multiple stability, especially when we're wearing shoes that do not have the correct support. Whew. Okay, let's go ahead and lift up. Go ahead and release the band. We're just going to go into, I know we already did a pigeon. I just want to go into another one. We're going to go ahead and place our left ankle onto our right knee, thread the hands through the legs. Again, we're still stretching our spine because of the 2 pillows, and we're getting that outer thigh, glute, and hamstring on the left side to open up your left hip. And go ahead and switch legs, right ankle onto left knee, thread your hands, and hold on. And you can always hold on to your shin too, just listen to your body. Do you need more of a stretch, less of a stretch, right? I'm always grateful to teach these classes because even myself, I do not stretch enough. I'm gonna be honest, I only stretch when I'm teaching these classes to you ladies. So I'm always like, oh, I'm so happy. Couple more seconds here. Okay, go ahead and carefully release. Place your feet down onto the ground so your knees are bent. And I just want you to move the pillow right now so it's underneath your low back to where your booty is down on the ground. So it's almost like my 2 pillows are almost touchy, okay? They're not really touching, it's really just my, so I have a pillow, my shoulder blades touch the mat, and there's a pillow, my tailbone touches the mat. So it's kind of important that position of the bed. It's kind of the position of your spine, right? So your head dips down, then your shoulders, then your low back to tailbone. Okay, and you're just gonna try, if you feel comfortable in this position, to bring, that's what it was, sorry, soles of the feet together, knees open. Now that can be very intense because our back is in a pushed, I don't wanna say word force, but it's in a pushed, neutral position, because that's the curve of your spine is neutral, and then your hips are opening. For me, that's feeling like a little bit too much on my back, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend my knees, and I'm just gonna walk my knees out until I feel like I can't go any farther. And for me right there, that's enough. And I'm gonna extend my arms out to the sides again. And again, we're getting that nice belly stretch, but make sure your tailbone is on the ground. This is a wonderful thing to do. I did this in a yoga class, it's like a meditative yoga class, and they had a bolster. You know, those long bolsters. We had our tailbone on the ground and our whole body lay on the bolster. It was an amazing belly stretch. We're just gonna hold it here. And you can always walk your feet out more, or see, now my back is allowing me to straighten my legs. So sometimes it just takes a couple seconds to get into the position. And just close your eyes as you're here. I'm gonna start taking those nice long, deep inhales in through the nose. Long exhales out through the mouth. Inhale in. Exhale out. Deep inhale in. Long exhale out. One more time, deepest inhale. Longest exhale. Wonderful, very carefully, let's go ahead and lift our, drag your feet in so that we can lift our hips as if we're going into a bridge. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna now put the pillows underneath my tailbone. And then I'm gonna take the pillow that's behind my head and lift the hips into that bridge again and carefully put it underneath the tailbone. Okay, so both of them are underneath the tailbone. Again, another amazing stretch. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let our legs extend out. So we're really working with the back a lot here. So we have to be careful. I want just your body to extend out. So now we're actually lengthening kind of from our pelvic floor to our hip flexor. It's not like a feel it kind of stretch. You should feel an opening, but it's very gentle and delicate. But again, the pillows are on my tailbone. So my pillow is probably like 12 inches long. So it's on like my low back to right underneath my tush. And we're just gonna hold it here. And again, this will release the hips from sitting on the couch in the chair. Let's take one more inhale in. Big exhale out. And very carefully lift one leg to the sky, and then the other leg, and go right into your inversion. Your arms can go wherever they feel most comfortable. They can be straight by the sides of you, out to the sides, goalpost position, or even overhead lengthening. So it really depends on what feels most comfortable to you. I've been loving goalpost because it helps to open the chest muscles a little bit more. But let's just get all those amazing mental and physical benefits from having our legs up. And just hold. You can close your eyes. Try to slow down your heart rate. Slow down your breath. And I know I always talk about becoming grateful, but it's always something. It's always a nice, gentle reminder. Just one thing. It's that little baby step each day. What's one thing you can think of that puts a smile on your face? It's not even using the word grateful, just what puts a smile on your face. Do you have a great cup of coffee this morning? The soccer game, no, I guess that's not a smile. I don't know, flowers, whatever it may be, just go ahead and close your eyes and just notice how it feels to smile about whatever it is you may be thinking of. And just kind of absorb that feeling. And know that that feeling that you're smiling about whatever experience may be. That's how you can feel about every experience. Just how we change our perception of that time, that memory, whatever it may be. Just absorbing in all that wonderful positive energy. Then go ahead, keep your tush on the pillows, but bring your knees into your chest. But you're gonna drape your arms behind your hamstrings, and we're just gonna kind of pull in. So again, we're all really looking for that low back stretch, that curve. How much can you curve your legs in towards your torso? And very carefully, however you feel safe enough to remove the pillows and place a pillow behind your head. Okay, could be one or two. I'm going to use one. These are a little bit poofy. Okay, and we're just going to go into a single-legged stretch. So extend your left leg out, bring your right knee into your chest, place your left hand onto your right knee, extend your right arm out to the side, and we're going to go into that nice twist. Pulling your leg over. Another thing you can do too, if you only have one pillow and you're super tight, today I'm super tight, I'm gonna actually put the pillow underneath my right knee, so my knee doesn't feel forced to touch the ground. It's just a little more comfortable, but you can always mess around with it. And slowly untwist. If you like the pillow or you used it, feel free to use it on the other side. So we're going to straighten our right leg out, bring the left knee in. When you're ready, pull your knee over across the body. We're going to go into that nice twist and allow your head to turn to the left. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And very slowly, carefully untwist. Then we're going to go ahead and start our Shavasana. Now there are a couple of positions you can be in for this. I'm going to show you quite a few, just in case if you like one for now or even later. You can have your head on the pillow, feet touch, knees open nice and wide for your hips, knees bent, feet on the ground. You can place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place both pillows underneath my tush and let my body extend out, or just let your body lay completely flat down on the ground. But I'm putting this underneath like my tailbone and low back. So before we had tailbone when we were stretching, so I'm not trying to stretch my abs now. We're going to put it tailbone to low back and then just let my body kind of extend out. And I know this is a lot of extension of the spine, so be careful if you choose this one. Just close your eyes and just take a couple moments to yourself to finish off class. To be proud of yourself for taking this time as self-care and self-love to your body. And just bringing in that wonderful feeling of gratitude or whatever, put a smile on your face before, whatever it may have been. Let's bring that energy in. making an intention for the day, maybe the week.